A young man who was seeking enlightenment went to a Zen master and asked to be his student. The Zen master agreed and told him to follow him to his hut. The young man was eager to learn from the wise master and hoped to achieve his goal soon. The Zen master led him to a small hut in the forest where he lived alone. He told the young man to sit down and wait for him. He then went inside the hut and closed the door. The young man waited patiently, expecting the Zen master to come out soon and teach him the secrets of Zen. But the Zen master did not come out. He stayed inside the hut for hours. The young man grew restless and frustrated. He wondered what the Zen master was doing inside the hut and why he was ignoring him. He knocked on the door several times, but there was no answer. He shouted at the door, but there was no response. He tried to peek through the windows, but they were covered with curtains. The young man felt angry and betrayed. He thought that the Zen master had tricked him and was wasting his time. He decided to leave and find another teacher. He got up and walked away from the hut, feeling bitter and disappointed. As he was walking, he heard a voice behind him. It was the Zen master who had finally come out of the hut. He called out to the young man and said, "Wait, where are you going?" The young man turned around and saw the Zen master smiling at him. He was holding a book in his hand. The young man felt a surge of resentment and said, "I'm leaving you. You are a fraud and a liar. You promised to teach me Zen, but you did nothing but hide in your hut for hours. You wasted my time and energy. You don't care about me or my quest for enlightenment." The Zen master shook his head and said, "You are mistaken, my son. I have been teaching you Zen all this time. This book that I have in my hand is the Book of Life. It contains all the wisdom and knowledge that you need to attain enlightenment. But you cannot read it with your eyes or understand it with your mind. You can only read it with your heart and experience it with your life." He handed the book to the young man and said, "Open it and see for yourself." The young man took the book from the Zen master and opened it. To his surprise, he found that all the pages were blank. There was nothing written on them. He looked at the Zen master with confusion and said, "What is this? There is nothing here." The Zen master smiled and said, "Exactly. There is nothing here because there is nothing there. There is no book of life, no secrets of Zen, no goal of enlightenment. There is only you and your life, as it is right now." He continued, "You have been waiting for me to teach you something that you already have within you. You have been looking for something that you already are. You have been seeking something that you already possess." He pointed at the blank pages and said, "These pages are your life. They are empty because they are full of possibilities. They are blank because they are waiting for you to write your own story." He then pointed at the young man's heart and said, "This is your teacher. It is your guide, your friend, your companion. It knows everything that you need to know. It feels everything that you need to feel. It sees everything that you need to see." He then pointed at the sky and said, "This is your goal. It is your home, your destination, your source. It is infinite, eternal, and beautiful. It is where you came from and where you will return." He then hugged the young man and said, "You don't need me or anyone else to teach you anything. You have everything that you need within yourself. You just need to trust yourself and live your life fully." He then let go of the young man and said, "Now go back to your hut and wait for me there." The young man looked at the Zen master with gratitude and admiration. He realized that he had learned more from him in that moment than in all the hours that he had waited outside his hut. He bowed to the Zen master and said, "Thank you, master. You have shown me the true meaning of Zen." He then returned to his hut with joy and peace in his heart. The moral lesson of the story is that we are the creators of our own destiny. We have the power to shape our lives according to our own will and vision. We do not need to depend on external sources of wisdom or guidance, but rather trust our own inner voice and intuition. We should not let our circumstances or emotions dictate our actions, but rather act with courage and confidence. We should not be afraid of challenges or difficulties, but rather see them as opportunities for growth and learning. We should not be attached to outcomes or expectations, but rather enjoy the journey in the present moment. We should not seek happiness or peace outside ourselves, but rather find them within ourselves. We should not forget who we are and where we belong, but rather remember our true nature and origin. We should live our lives fully and authentically, expressing ourselves freely and creatively. We should be fine, all right, and really okay, no matter what happens.